All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. I want to give double honors to head apostle and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to you, sincere Hakim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. I want to do a response video to the Elder Montezak from his page is GMS Get This Work 2. Watch, subscribe, and be edified. The name of this video is Missile Speed Comparison Visual Part 2. And there's also a Part 1. Watch that video as well, but I want to focus on this Part 2 concerning the highest speeds of these different particular missiles that these other nations have and have capabilities of. I'm gonna play a short. I'm gonna play the end of this this short video that he has on his channel, and then I wanted to go into this video and also go into some scriptures. So without further ado. And as you see on your screen, this this last missile, which I believe is from China, the Vanguard missile, which goes 20,518 miles an hour, Mach 27. Now, when you go into Mach 27 on the speed, which is Mach is the speed of sound, and Mach 27 is exactly 33,339.6 kilometers per hour. All right. Now you have some very interesting numbers when you go into that. You know, you got, when you really break these numbers down, it actually comes up to 666. Because you got the 2 3s, which together is 6, and you got the other 2 3s, which together is 6. You know, ultimately, you have an upside down 6, and then after the decimal point, you have a 6. Okay. You know, which is you know, this is very spiritual. All right. So at Mach 27, these missiles, whether they're coming from China, whether they're coming from Russia, whether they're coming from North Korea, or any of these other particular nations, at Mach 27 will get here in a matter of minutes. Under 15 minutes. If they're coming from Russia, under 15 minutes, because Russia is only under 9,000 kilometers from America. Now you got these other particular nations. China's a little further, and North Korea's a little further. But nonetheless, we're talking 20 minutes or less for these intercontinental ballistic missiles to reach America. And that's just going off of what we know and what these nations are telling us and putting out there on the forefront. Because they very well could have missiles that reach Mach 35, Mach 40, okay? Which is, you know, common sense when it comes to war tactics, to not reveal everything that you have. You don't reveal your full arsenal or your full capabilities or your most secret technology and weapons, okay? So I thought this number was very, very interesting. Now, real quick, let's go over to Revelation chapter 18, and let's go down to verse, let's see here, bear with me one moment. Let's go down to verse 10. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So the judgment of America is going to come in 1 hour. And in 1 hour, this place is going to be completely destroyed. So that means those missiles would have to already have been hit this place before the end of that 60 minutes. Let's skip down to verse 17. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. You know, because the destruction of America is going to be witnessed via these satellites and via the smoke from this place burning by these other nations, okay, that are standing afar off. All right, they're going to witness it by the technology they have in the skies via the satellites, and also they're going to witness the smoke of America traveling, the burning of America traveling all over the four corners of the earth. It's going to completely engulf the earth with darkness. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, where were made rich all that ships in the sea by reason of her consolations, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. So this the desolation, the destruction is going to be complete, so to speak, at the end of that 60 minutes. So when these missiles are shot off, hey, they're gonna from the time they get shot off to the time they actually reach America, we're talking 30 minutes or less. Let's go over to Revelation, the 9th chapter. Let's go down to verse 15. It says, and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. You know, because the Most High Yahweh has his angels holding back that great destruction for the time that he only knows. But soon he's going to give the command to these angels, all right, to allow that destruction to take place. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and that's talking about those missiles, those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, which the destruction really comes from that warhead. All right, that's where really the all the power and fire ultimately is going to come from. The rest of the missile is just guidance, propulsion, etc. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So these missiles are going to be shot off at a very, very large multitude. It says, verse 17, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were the heads of lions, going into those warheads. And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And that's what that destruction is coming from those warheads. Verse 18, by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For the power is in their mouth, and in their tails, for the tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and without them they do hurt. So ultimately, America is going to be destroyed very, very quickly. Once this thing really, really pops off to its full extent, where these nations are pressing those buttons, Hey, man, once the missiles are shot off, you got a matter. Hey, this place, America, all right, has a matter of minutes before that first missile hits. And it's not just going to be one missile that hits this place, which one missile will do great destruction to America. This place is going to be hit by hundreds of thousands of missiles, man. It says, let's go to Zephaniah 1 and let's go to verse 18. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So America is going to be made a speedy riddance, a quick, a swift destruction to this place, man. You know that America's been built up over periods of time and generations off the backs of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But this place is going to be taken down very, very quickly. Let's skip up to verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath and a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. And that wasteness and desolation is going to come by those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. In 1 hour, that desolation is going to be complete. It says, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. From the destruction that takes place, those thick clouds, that smoke is going to travel and engulf the whole earth. And this place is literally going to be full of darkness. It says a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Now I want to jump over to Revelation, the 18th chapter, and I want to start in verse 17. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. All right, so you get the drift. You know, I'm hitting these different particular scriptures that speak upon the time lapse of the destruction of America, man. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the companies and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. The smoke of America is going to travel all over the four corners of the earth. People are literally going to witness and see and smell the smoke of this place burning. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And America is lifted up, okay, as the pinnacle of the earth concerning the place that you want to go, the place you want to be, the place to chase and obtain success. It says, verse 19, and they cast on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Okay, and you see the visuals on your screen just to give you somewhat of a perspective, an imaginative perspective. But in reality, the destruction is going to be far worse than this. Okay, far worse than when we could put on any type of image, what Esau could put in any type of movie, even what we could imagine in our own minds. All right, it's going to supersede all these different type of visuals that you see. Okay. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So America is going to be completely decimated. All right, there's not going to be a plant, a tree, all right, a stone left on top of another in this place, man. Okay, America's going to experience heat that the earth has never felt before, man. All right, 100 million degrees Celsius, man. Like Apostle Tahar said, America's going to be one big Tesla, you know? Let's go to Proverbs 29 real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 29 and 16, Salakia. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. And, you know, Lord willing, we're part of that elect number, and we get beamed up into those ships, those so-called UFOs, or so-called UAPs, which we know them to be the chariots, and we're able to witness the great destruction of this place, man. All right? And we're going to witness it through the windows of the chariots, man. You know, that 1 hour that the scriptures speak of, and, you know, concerning, you know, the elect hiding themselves for that moment, which we're going to get shortly. But first, let's go to Revelation. I believe it's chapter 11, verse 12. Yep. This is Revelation 11 and 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and the enemies beheld them. Concerning the elect being beamed up into those ships, those so-called UFOs, man. It very well could be just one giant chariot. It says, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the power Yahweh of heaven. You know? So Lord willing, we're part of that number, gets beamed up into those ships, man. And get to witness the destruction of this place, man. Let's go to Isaiah. Chapter, it's either 20 or 26. Bear with me one more. I believe it's 26. Isaiah 26 and verse 20. Yeah. This is Isaiah 26 and 20. Says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment. That little moment is talking about that, you know, that swift, quick destruction of Babylon, man. And also various other parts of the earth. Because America's not going to be the only place that gets hit by these intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay? It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation, all right, that destruction be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. And we've been warning you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, of this day. All right? We've been going into prophecy concerning the destruction, the mayhem, the desolation that's going to take place. Okay? The scriptures say what? Warn them from me. We've been warning you from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because he's about to execute judgment, vengeance, and great destruction upon this place. But the majority of our people, man, they ain't listening. Let's close out on Revelation, the 22nd chapter. And let's go down to verse 12. This is Revelation 22 and 12. It says, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. You know, so Yahweh Shai, when he gets that command from the Most High Yahweh, oh, he's coming quick. It says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. So when Yahweh Shai returns, he's coming with rewards. And some of them are good and some of them are bad. But guess what? Everybody's going to receive an reward. We want to receive, a good, a righteous reward, all right, for standing strong, for standing bold. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're going to receive a reward as well, but they're going to receive a reward in the form of thermonuclear fire or concentrated fire, okay? Ultimately, they're going to receive a reward as destruction. Lord willing, that was edifying. I thought these numbers were very, very interesting concerning the Mach speed of what we know of as the top or fastest missile being Mach 27. And when you break down those numbers, you get 666. However you want to break it down, okay? Because even if you leave the 9 out of it, you still got another 6 after the decimal point, okay? And this is coming very, very soon. Very, very soon. This place is going to be completely destroyed. And Lord willing, we can be part of that number that witness the destruction of this place, man. Like it says, in matter of fact, let's close out with that scripture, because it says 10,000 shall fall at thy side. Bear with me one moment. Let's go to Psalms chapter 91. And let's start from the top. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, Yahweh, in him will I trust. See, the majority of our people, they don't trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They trust in their riches. They trust in society. They trust in this government. Ultimately, they trust in a modern day Pharaoh, which is these wicked elites. It says, verse 3, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Hey, man, this is that noisome pestilence, man, that the elect is going to be delivered from. It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers. See, the elect is going to be beamed up into those ships. Because along with destruction is coming deliverance. It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid by the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day. See, these nuclear missiles are going to be shot off in the daytime. It says, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. That destruction is going to come at the height of the so-called white man's wickedness, so to speak, man. All right? When he's about to fill his belly. When he almost reached his new world order agenda, his goal. It says, verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand. And this is going to happen by the way of, the elect being up in those ships, man. You can look at one side, you can look at the other side, and you're going to see people burning. You're going to see destruction taking place. You're going to see buildings collapsing. All right? You're going to see people running, but they don't know where they're running because they're going to be on fire. And fire is going to be engulfing this place from all different angles, man. Okay? America's going to be on overkill. Because essentially, it only takes a couple missiles to completely destroy this 5,000 square miles of land. But these other nations are going to be shooting missiles off in high volumes. They're going to overkill this place, man. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So we want to be part of that number that gets to see with our own very eyes the reward of you wicked so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the destruction also of you other nations, man. It says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So there you have it, man. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time, Shalom.